Well, I am an admirer of Elisa's. Elisa has even worked for me, and the fact is that she is talented.
What's it called? Kermit and Friends?
Kermit and Friends.
Kermit. But if
Kermit,
you're saying
like
not
the
to
frog?
do,
Yeah,
wait.
I actually have watched a few hours of Kermit and Friends.
How many hours have you watched, Natalie?
Oh, no. Probably indulged in 8 hours.
Holy.
My wife and I watched Benji's ex-girlfriends or whatever's going on. We watched this crazy podcast, and I have to say, this is one of the probably in the top 5 things I think about right now.
She has a podcast, but she gets to come on the radio. It is craziness upon craziness.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kermit and Friends. I'm Elisa. This is Fozzie, and Kermit is watching from heaven. I have a phone call already. How can I help you?
I'm your other star.
Yes.
Hi. Do you recognize my voice? What?
Andy, where are you? I see your roommate Jesse's there already. How come you're not there?
I'm here. I'm in my room.
You're in your room? Okay, click on the link. You should be able to get right on.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, that was Andy. Okay, so welcome to Kermit and Friends. Like I say, my name is Elisa Jordana. This is Fozzie. Kermit is watching from heaven right now. Every time I write an opening monologue for this show, I have to rewrite it because new things happen. As you can tell, I'm doing very, very well with Andy. I don't even know where to really start with that. I tried to get him to come up to my apartment to dye his hair black, and he said, I'm moving too fast. He wants to take it slow. He doesn't want to come up to my apartment, even though we are engaged. There is a problem. Andy is married already to a TV producer. I found out that if he converts to being Muslim, he can marry me while still already being married, okay? So we need to call in some expert Muslims to figure out how to do that. To be Muslim, I'm not exactly sure what you need to do. Callie, who's Andy's roommate and a frequent Kermit and Friends guest, came out with an article in the Daily Mail against me, calling Andy and I's engagement a sham and a fraud. She called me an attention whore and a fraud alongside 12 pictures of herself. So listen, I'll get pregnant with triplets if you keep running your mouth, okay? I'll marry Andy twice in your bed with Carrot Top as my minister, so just stop. The more you talk about me, the more I go crazy. And crazy Elisa is energetic Elisa. And energetic Elisa is an Elisa that will not be held back by a couch server out of work for my extra on the Lifetime Network. So just give up. I'm obviously the crazier one. Andy and I are working on a lot of projects together. He actually paid for dinner the other night. Okay. He paid for dinner, but he did complain about it the whole time. He said, when he pays, I can only order specific things. He says, I'm not allowed to order anything with the word platter in it. It can't say mignon. It can't say the word tower in it. So when the waiter came, I just pointed to the seafood tower with my finger. Then Friday night, we went to Pump. I met Sharon Osbourne. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Yeah, so somebody else is calling you your marriage a sham?
Yes, Callie, Andy's roommate, Callie.
But she writes an article, or is it with a post on social media?
So the Daily Mail came out with an article saying that myself and Andy's engagement was a sham and a fraud.
It kind of is, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not at all.
So why would he? Okay, let me get you. Why would he divorce a millionaire producer, or why would a millionaire producer allow him to divorce her and give away half her millions to you and him?
Okay, I'm going to have him answer that question. Just please hold. Andy, did you hear the question from the octopus?
I like your son's direction. He's a very good director, Andy.
Wait, what was
I think your wife and your stepmom.
Okay, I'm going to hang up with you so I can ask.
I want to talk to him. What's his question?
So his question, this is a pink octopus.
I want to know about gold. Can you sell me some gold? I'm a 70-year-old woman in Florida. Can I get some gold at a 300% markup?
Okay, so those are two questions. I'm just going to hang up right now.
Because my fiance, that's how she made multi-millions of dollars selling gold. Did you know that, boys?
I did not. That is super interesting. Selling gold? I should talk to you.
So Andy's got a packed house. I'm about to bring on Andy's other roommate named Jesse.
Okay, wait. There's Jesse's on the balcony. But, yeah, ask her about the gold. What I want to ask you about, baby, you're not going to like this, is what the hell is going on with you and Lucas? Did you hear me?
What was the question?
Oh, you didn't hear it? What is going on with you and Lucas?
Nothing.
Then why does he always want to go out to eat with us?
Because I pay.
No, he pays for himself. And today he said, I'm going to go. I'm like, well, she ain't going to pay. Right? No, I'll pay, he said. Wait. Okay, now I know he's just all about you.
But that's going to happen. We have a relationship expert here today.
Who does?
We do.
Yeah, we do. We're engaged. But you and him don't. And he ain't coming out to eat ever again.
You invited him. He's your person. You introduced me.
He called me. I invited him to be on the show because I know it would be interesting. But you know, it's almost more interesting that he's not on it. These boys. I'm like, I live in a trap house.
Oh my God.
The boys got my back. It's so cute.
So your roommate named Jesse.
Can't do that.
So you have a roommate named Jesse. He was holding a hammer last night. I just want to bring on my co-host Sugar to tell her about this. Hey, Sugar, welcome to Kermit and Friends. Hi. It's so nice to see you. You look beautiful.
Thank you too.
Thank you, Sugar. So Andy's roommate had a hammer last night, and I was just curious why. His name's Jesse. He's a great guy and a friend of mine. Everybody, welcome to the show, Jesse.
Hi, how you doing?
Good,
I have
good.
a hammer. I like to fix things. So, we built this trap house together, so fixing it a little bit. I'd like to speak on a few things as far as the Daily Mail articles involving you guys. Complete lies. from a person that falsely, presented herself with some connections she got from other people. A lot of this can be verified and looked up. She doesn't actually live here. Me and Andy live here, and she got kicked out of her place. Where they were moving to Vegas with some porn star she was living with. So I said, you know what? If you want to stay in LA, I don't mind if you crash here a little bit while you figure things out. That turned into she's an actress. She does magazine models and shit. Just trying to get her out in the spotlight because I think 2012 in Oklahoma, she tried to do the same thing and got proven in court that she was delusional. What was that, Andy?
She's a bitch ass skank.
Me or
her? I like her though, but listen, you're kind of start shit.
Callie was very mean to both of us, and a lot. Okay. She plays different sides. She hurts people and uses them. She gets to sleep on our couch once in the past couple weeks or so, and it has a couple boxes of shoes in the closet. And she'll tell the Daily Mail, because she got Josh Boswell's number from me, the senior editor, because we did another little story. So she stole that, made some stories up beyond the back. And she's saying, oh, I live with Andy in a mansion in Hollywood Hills. He's my roommate. I'm an actress. When she left here yesterday, she hasn't been back since because she's not allowed. She was counting change for a cup of coffee and asking us for money. So she doesn't have anything going on. This can be looked up. You look her up, and her name's Kalisha. And what's the matter, Andy?
Andy, what's wrong?
Don't say her name. Who cares? Move.
Okay, so listen. This is just a little argument. It'll probably blow over. Jesse, were you scared last night? Why were you holding that hammer?
I was just fixing something, actually. I don't know what part you saw or whatever. There's lots of things around the trap house. There's knives everywhere and a lot of cool people. You know how it is when we hang out over here. So.
Okay, so you're not afraid of anything, because Andy said he was scared of being shot last night, and that's exactly why I don't go to that apartment. I don't want to be shot.
No one's been shot in this apartment, but when someone accuses you of stuff that's a little bit delusional, and you don't know they're saying it behind your back, then people get the wrong impression until you can defend yourself. So that's kind of what she was doing, and I don't know. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't even have a bed to sleep, and she crashes on a couple people's couches here and there, and she's trying to make those people fight so she can, I guess, I don't know, do something. I mean, she claims she's an actress. She lives in the Hollywood Hills with Andy. I let her crash here a couple of days. She had no fucking place. She has none of her belongings here except a couple of shoes in my closet. I don't know where she's at. She's not welcome here. And, I want no part of it. I want to distance myself. I'm getting a sailboat in the next couple of days with Andy. And we're going to do that while she, tries to manipulate some other people, I guess.
So Andy, is this the good roommate? Is Jesse the good roommate?
I'm going to say yes, only because I hate everybody in the world. And Jesse, I actually trust.
Okay.
Andy's the best. He's the best person. So caring. He's always there. Yeah, we like to go have a little bit of fun here and there. And you get a lot of users show up here and there. You got to filter them out. And that's kind of what's happening now. They might have stolen a connection to contact someone, try to do something. But, look it up. She's done nothing. And, she met Ron Jeremy like a few months ago before COVID. She kind of wormed her way into staying with him and like driving him around because he didn't have the license. And then like a few months into it, she's like screaming at him all the time, saying she'll like call the cops on him if he doesn't give her money, this and that. Or car. And they've always taken care of her. And like she did a lot of stuff to me during that COVID when Ron got accused of stuff, went to jail. And I think some of it might have been by her. Then months later, she apologized and like, I want to stay in LA, and they're moving. Like, please, help me out a little bit. I have money coming in. I'll help you guys out. And that turned into like her just like eating all the food in the fridge, and me paying her phone bill and stuff like that. And,
All right. So Jesse, do you regret giving the guy from the Daily Mail Callie's number?
Actually, she's just embarrassing herself if anyone like looks into it. Like, She doesn't live in Hollywood Hills. She's not an actress. She has fake magazine covers with her face on Facebook that are photoshopped. Like, because she has Emmys, she toured with BB King. She did some, I don't know if it's porn, but it's called like TP video something. Their name was Samantha. And she has one of those on YouTube. And she didn't have a singing career. She has a YouTube video at a Tennessee bar or something. So it's like she just fabricates stuff. You know, she says she pays for all of us, that we abuse her or hit her, stuff like that. And then she's a mean-spirited person. I want nothing to do with her. If I ever see her again, I'm calling 911 and staying my distance. She's dangerous because she can accuse people, but court records from Oklahoma will show that she's done this in the past, and it really tells the truth. You know, so anyone can look this up for Felicia Nolan in the Oklahoma newspaper about 10 years ago. And, you know, she tried to do this to a judge before. She's really abusive to you and trying to play a situation because she doesn't have any type of situation going on for herself. And, you know, everyone will see that in time, you know.
Do you think that she's taking advantage of me and Andy?
I think she's taking advantage of every single person she's in contact with. And I think she's kind of a nice person. And part of it, maybe a little mental illness / trying to manipulate to get something she wanted. You know, she's chasing it. She says she's going to be a guest model. I don't know any guest models that kind of look like her. So I hope I never see her or talk to her again, and she can do whatever she does, you know.
But are you afraid for your life?
I'm afraid of the harassment and being involved in some things she made up or whatever. She says a lot of crazy stuff. And, you know, today's time, if someone like accuses you of something, you got to defend yourself. And I'm just trying to let people know a little bit what she's about. So, you know, a little bit of backstory before you say, oh, this is Andy's roommate. And, you know, she's an actress. No, she's a bum that leeches off people. And she's never done anything in the entertainment world, you know.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. Okay, what were you saying, Andy?
See how you got hung up on? Dummy. He's here on the balcony. You should be nicer, because just what? No, you're not. Turn yours off.
Andy, do you want to say anything about what Jesse said? Do you have any reaction to that?
Dummy. He was running around with a hammer. Yeah, where is it? The hammer. I don't know. Well, I want to take it so you don't bash my head in. Well, let's find it first.
All right, let's get Sugar's opinion on this. Sugar, you're hearing what Jesse is saying. Jesse's a really nice guy, and obviously Andy's a nice guy. Yeah. There's roommates in general are terrible. I always feel that way. I've never had a successful roommate situation. When you have a fiance that has multiple roommates, it's really difficult. Would you date a guy that had 11 roommates?
As an adult, you have to live by yourself or with someone you're married to. Roommates are for like when you're 20. That house needs to be cleaned too. Did Jesse date Callie?
We can ask him. Here he is.
Yeah.
Jesse, did you hear the question from Sugar? Did you ever date?
I've never dated Callie. I've never kissed Callie. I think she slept with just about every person she came in contact with. And it's like, you know, I don't mind that, you know. But I don't like her to play people against each other. It just hurts the people, and everyone ends up seeing it. And it's just a waste of time. And like, you know, I want, you know, to live my life. I'm getting a sailboat in a few days with Andy. We're getting a couple. Things are going great. You know, Andy's my roommate. There's no one else that lives here. We have people over, and he's got my back in a lot of ways. I have his back, and he's a great friend and a great person.
What are you going to name the sailboat?
Callie.
Yes, that's Callie.
All right. So we have a big guest today, Sugar. I don't know if you know about this, but it is Dr. Roy Alabado. Did you have a chance to look him up?
No, I didn't even know about this, or I would have probably worn nurse stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have that cute new nurse's outfit. Okay, so Dr. Roy Alabado is an academic and a healthcare practitioner. He received his undergraduate degree from Westchester University, located in Westchester, Pennsylvania, in gerontology and communications. His Master of Science degree in health education and administration from St. Joseph's University, located in Pennsylvania. He also completed his doctorate. He's a doctor of education degree in educational leadership from St. Joseph's University. He has experience with mental health and drug and alcohol arenas. Not that we need that.
No, not at all.
Not that we need that. Okay. And provides dating education for an executive dating company called My Top Matchmaker, located in Naples, Florida. Okay. And we might visit that place. He taught sociology and psychology courses at Rowan College. Podcaster himself. He had a show called Parallel Singlehood. Syndicated with the Mental Health New Radio. We'll be opening a new show called A Voice for Single Parents. He's a single guy. He's a dad to a unique boy named Bronson. He lives in South Jersey. He's going to be doing conferences. He's going to do a conference with us, okay? So we're going to form a partnership with him, and we're going to help promote his conferences. The one in LA is coming up in a few years. And then we have a musical guest today named Caroline. We have so many guests, Sugar.
That's fabulous. I'm very excited.
It's going to be an unbelievable show.
Are we going to dye Andy's beard black too, or just his hair?
Yeah, so Andy is going to be one of the top 100 most beautiful people in People magazine this year, Sugar. So I'm going to dye his hair black, and I'm going to dye his beard black.
Excellent.
And I think
his eyebrows? What are we doing with the eyebrows?
Eyebrows. Yeah, eyebrows too. That's a great point. Andy, are you ready for that?
I told you you're not going to do that. Why don't I dye your pussy hairs blonde?
Okay, our first guest is Dr. Roy Alabado. Welcome to the
Elisa.
show. Hey, Roy. Thank you so much for joining us.
How are you?
It's such a pleasure to have you here. We need you. I don't want to say desperately or anything. Like, I don't want to say the word desperately, but actually very desperately. We have a bunch of problems here, and I know that you help people with dating and with drug and alcohol counseling. So if someone were to have that problem, whether they're watching in the audience or whether they're, on the show or whether their name is Andy or whatever their name is, how would you start helping that person?
Well, I first thing, as a disclaimer, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so I'm an educator, and so there's a lot of issues here. There's definitely a lot of issues. First things first is, your relationship with Andy, are you happy with it? Because there's a lot of things happening. He's still married, right?
Yeah, he's still married right now, but he wants to marry me, and he said he would get a divorce. Is that right, Andy?
Oh, I needed me. Okay, thank you. By the way, she mutes my mic
and
unmutes my mic. 50 to 100. Did you mute me again? 100 times per show. Wait, what was the question?
So the question is, are you willing to get divorced so we can be married in June?
Of course. I told you I was. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so Roy, you probably heard that.
But you know what she wanted? What is wrong?
It's got to be clean. When you're going to have a relationship, right? You can't be married, and you got to start out with a fresh start. And so relationships are hard. Break up. Sometimes we bring our old issues into new relationships, right? It's why it's good to kind of like when you break up with someone to kind of be single for a while, and to heal. Right, to work on you, spend time with you, spend your own money. You tell me that you're always.
We're not going to break up ever.
All right, you guys aren't going to break up, but you got to figure out some things between you and Andy and your relationships. Are you happy? And are you working things out? You know, there's elements.
I'm going to speak for me and her.
Sure.
Yeah, we're happy.
All right.
I know. Right, baby?
Yeah, I mean, we had a great day yesterday.
Every day.
Every day is pretty fun. You know, we go to the Ivy, we go to Craig's, we go to the Grove. We were on a show yesterday, an ABC show, and that was really fun. We do this podcast together. I mean, he really likes to do the same things that I like to do.
Okay.
And that's the best. I love that. He's willing to do whatever. I even put a collar on him and a leash. And he's actually willing to be walked around with a leash. And that's a really good quality.
Oh, really?
All right. As long as he likes it.
To be a dog. Listen, I told her I will do anything you want.
Wow. All right. Well, you know,
Yes,
I always feel that, you know, when you deal with couples, I think what happens is that you have to have the same values. So if you have the same values, your core values, then you're good. I mean, you know, you can have a couple that does gymnastics and the other does golf, and they don't like they don't have the same, you know, interest. But if their core value is good, then you're good. You know, whether it's trust, whether
what are
you know, work ethic or whatever.
Can I ask baby something? What are our core values?
Yeah, what are your core values? And what's your love language?
So I would say my love language is quality time.
Okay.
So Andy and I spend a lot of quality time together. We are doing these activities that are so fun. I hate, you know, eating alone. I hate going to restaurants by myself. He's so fun. Our conversation is really good. When we talk, there's never like a dull moment, and he's not boring. And even though I was kind of afraid because he mentioned he might be shot the other day, that was scary. But even so, I avoid his apartment. That's the main thing that's a problem, is I can't go to his apartment because I'm afraid I'll be, you know, killed there. But besides that, everything's going really well.
But that's ridiculous. Why can't you, you know, if you want quality time, why can't you spend time in his apartment? Or he can come to yours.
I have scary people over here that have guns. Okay.
Or you can go to your apartment, you know, or your place.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was really afraid the other night when Jesse told me, you're unmuted, but it's clicking, Andy. Can you go in your room by yourself? Go in your room.
Nobody's here.
All right. Well, there's some clicking going on. So Jesse,
Yes.
I was told that there were people with guns. That's what scares me. That's why I don't want to go there.
Told something like that. You know, people can be manipulated into doing things, and then like certain situations you have nothing to do with, and people bring these things into your world that like you have nothing to do with from time to time, and like they can be easily dealt with. It's just a big nuisance and a lot of stress. And those people are easily cut out of life and never to be seen again. It happens, you know, when you're, you know, working in Hollywood, this and that, work around entertainment. A lot of people are drawn to that. A lot of people try to work their way in and think they're going to steal the show, end up embarrassing themselves, and they're never heard from again. And it's kind of a situation we have now. But Andy's the best roommate I've ever had. I'm an adult, usually don't have roommates, but he's a really good person. And a lot of people don't see that. You know, everyone likes to just say like the bad part, or they might have heard, you know, embellish it. But Andy's a fucking great person. I'll tell you, he really is a good dad. His kids are fucking great, and he cares about me as a friend, and I care about him, and I have his back 100%. And you do come to the house, and we all hang out. And you go out to dinner, and he says he has a great time all the time. You're into him, and it's a good thing. It's these little people that come into your world, try to stir the pot, and make a name for themselves. To, you know. Now we're talking about them, you know, let's not let them win and fucking go about our lives. Me and Andy are getting a sailboat in 2 days. We're each getting one. So
you're each getting a sailboat, and you're going to move on to the sailboat?
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun too. Well, actually 3, because I'm going to get another one, the sailboat, and customize it. So.
Okay, I just want to say something. There's somebody named Caroline who's supposed to be our musical guest, and she just left. And I'd really like to get you back on, Caroline. So I'm just going to kick a couple people out so I can get our musical guests back in. 1 second. So Caroline, if you're watching, please come back. Okay, it's very hard to produce the show. This is tough. I'll tell you, it's very challenging. Okay, so Andy, I know you said you would be okay with becoming Muslim so we could get married.
Nope. I don't want to wear a goddamn turban.
You don't want to wear a turban? Okay.
I will divorce my current wife. And I love Jesse. He's so awesome. But you're the best person I've met in a long time, baby.
I am?
Why the fuck would I ask you to marry me? That's crazy.
I know. I was surprised. I was surprised too. Okay, so we have a question from the audience. Artie Dickley is here.
Oh my God, you have an audience?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Glad to hear it. What's your question? You said you had a question.
Well, I want to clear the air because Jesse's great, but who's that artist out in California that introduced you and Auntie?
Quigley.
William Quigley? Are you talking about William Quigley?
I don't remember his name.
That's Quigley right there.
No, Artie. I'm Artie. Everybody says we look alike.
So what are you saying, Quigley? I mean, whatever your name is. What are you saying?
I know what's going on.
What's that? What do you think's going on?
You're calling that artist guy every day, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Why are you saying that?
It's all over Discord. It's all over Discord.
What's all over Discord? Get to the point.
Everybody's concerned that this is becoming more of an Arthur Andrew Dick show. Everybody's concerned about that now. Very concerned. And the guy Eric is really upset. Do you remember that guy Eric? Eric? He's upset. Everybody's upset. This guy, Callie, everybody, it's nuts. Isn't it really about religion anymore?
Okay.
Is it about religion anymore?
Yeah, if they're concerned. I'm helping her make her show popular because I'm the fucking love with her, you dumbass. And I know you're jealous.
How do I get the camera?
Are you gonna cry?
How do I get the camera this direction?
Put it on your tears.
Well, okay, here's the scenario. There's a lot of really great people that were guests prior to your coming on, right?
Great. Bring them on.
I agree. Don't you, Andy? Don't you want to talk to these people, Andrew?
Now, I want to quit this show and me and her just have a private show in the bedroom.
Now, I agree. Now, why don't you do that on camera?
Baby,
why aren't you over there every week with her?
What happened? Where did she go? She left, dude.
Why don't you go over her house today?
I know. Can I tell you something? Now that she's gone, she invites me every day.
I know. She should dye your beard black and not your hair. Right?
No, I'm just going to shave this off. How are you doing? Are you painting?
No, I'm so wrapped up in this Elisa Jordana show that I can't even work. It's ridiculous.
I know. It's driving me crazy.
I'm sorry to get you involved. I really apologize for getting you involved.
Get out. You know what? Let's both get out.
Let's start our own show.
No,
we were going to do that anyway.
Hey, Quig. I was just trying to get a hold of
our own podcast.
Be quiet. Quig.
Where'd you go?
I just had to call Caroline, our musical guest, because she left. I don't know why. So I just want to say that
I can tell you why. Right here.
So I just want to ask Quigley something. William Quigley. Quig, are you upset? What are you upset about? You seem to be very upset. Oh, you're muted. Okay, so Quig, I know that you're upset right now about something. Just be honest and truthful. I don't like bits. I don't like fake voices. Just be yourself and say what's wrong.
I forgot what I was upset about.
Well, before you come on the show, you have to be sure about what you're going to talk about and what your opinion is, because it's an hour show. So just think, what is your opinion?
No, we did rehearse this. I remember rehearsing this.
I would never have written this bit. I would never have written it.
We rehearsed this, and I wrote it.
I would have never
I
told
wrote
you
it down in the book because
Okay, you think I would have told you to do a fake voice? You think I would have done that? I hate shit like that. I hate it. I despise fake bits. So I know
it's in the book that we discussed every week.
No, put the book down.
No, the book. No, this is the book. The only way I know what's going on is through this fucking book. Excuse me, everybody. Through this book.
Put the book down and just say how you feel.
There's all the paintings I got to finish. How do I feel? Well, I'm really upset for Eric. I mean, Callie, it's becoming a really, now you have a mental health. Hey, mental health guy, I'm from Yeadon, Pennsylvania, which is right next to Westchester. And so I think the show started out as a religious show, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
You got involved in it because you weren't happy at your church.
I was very unhappy. That's why I started this.
Very unhappy at your church. And we talked about it. You weren't doing this. You were selling gold. You want to get back in. We had a little chat about that. So we started doing this, and then we got Andy involved, right?
You got Andy involved.
As a test, just to see how you'd handle my relationships with people. And you've really, exploited that. And I'm concerned that this potentially could be, it's great because I think Andy's fantastic. And I think it's great for everybody because I think you're really helping him as well. I think you're really helping Andy because if you think about it, Andy should be doing movies and stuff, right, Andy? Andy should be doing films and stuff. But this is more also your show, at least, not only Andy's.
I am doing film.
Okay, good.
During COVID, I played a vampire and a werewolf in two separate movies.
But why does it upset you what Andy's doing or what Andy's not doing? I'm trying to get to the bottom of that. Why is that upsetting?
Are you?
No, I just think the show could be more versatile. I think the show could be more versatile if it only wasn't about Andy. That's all.
It's not about me.
We're talking about you right now. It's like, where's Lori? Where's Corey? Where's Wendy? Where's John? Where's the guy who sings? Where's Kleenex? Where's the people that made Elisa, Jordana, Kermit and Friends prior to Andy? I had some actors that wanted to come on. I can't mention their names because they were like, what is this?
And take me off. Okay. Bye.
No, we love you, Andy. I think you could be an asset with those people. I think you could be the asset. You could be an asset. Like maybe change the name. Yeah. Like Elisa or Andy and Friends. Or Dick's Buddies, Dickies pals, and Kermit sometimes comes around. I don't know if that's what we rehearsed. Where's the doctor?
He's here. Quig, I'm like very disturbed right now by you.
Let's talk about Westchester.
He's disturbing. You're disturbing me.
I know my hair's out of whack.
No, you're just not being honest.
I washed it. I got ready. I was like,
no. Listen to me. You're not being honest right now at all.
Yes, I am.
That's right. You are not being
really
honest.
With my hair. I mean, what the fuck? It looked great before.
Listen, I want you.
Andy, your hair looks phenomenal.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. I unmuted. So I told my baby, everybody in the world is going to.
Can I play a character?
No, your characters suck.
Can I play a character?
No, you're not good at that.
The painting, you fucking idiot.
Andy, I'm good at characters.
You're actually really not.
I'm really good at characters.
You actually couldn't be worse. Andy, what were you saying, sweetheart?
The character of you. You're a great character. That I told you last night, actually, when we were at dinner, that everyone, I've told you this multiple times, everyone's going to and is currently jealous of me and you.
I think this is a great example of that. Quig is trying to say that he doesn't like the show with you on it. He's trying to say he wants to see other guests, but I know that's not what it is. I know he is insanely jealous and he just can't say that.
Oh, wow. You think I'm, yeah, I'm a little like, well, you know, look, when you and I have the type of, am I allowed to say it, phone sex we do all the time. I mean, you gotta feel, I know
that is so disgusting. Hey,
this engagement is off, if that's true.
I would never do that. I promise you. I promise you I would never do that ever with you, not even one time. Not even one time in my lifetime. If I live to 150, I'll never do it once. So,
define phone sex. I mean, you know, but
this is true.
You get a little slighted. You get, you know, in life, you know.
Sure, baby.
But how could you just lie like that, Quig? That's not a good lie. That's not a good thing to say.
Okay, well, why don't you and Andy consummate your relationship physically then?
I have to marry her before I speak.
Oh, okay.
She told me that.
I mean, I feel like I got a little collar around my neck, at least dragging me all the way to LA sometimes, Elise. Quite honestly.
Baby, can we like not do the collar thing like every night? I mean, it was fun.
I got you a different collar. The other one was too tight. But I just want to say to Quigley something. Quigley, I really want you to just be honest because you're saying things that are not true right now. And Kermit and Friends is based in reality. So just say how you feel, right? So I did not have phone sex with you ever in my lifetime. Okay. You said I did and I didn't. So why would you say that to my fiance that's right here?
You want me to be honest, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to be honest, Elise. I mean, I'm trying, you know.
But you're not being honest. Just say how you feel.
I have to worry about my own self when these situation things. It's public, right?
Yeah. Worldwide.
Worldwide. What's it like, Andy? All this attention. I mean, you know.
I'm used to it. But the last 30 years, you dumbass bitch.
I know. That's why I love you.
I love you. You know,
and I try to protect you. You know that, right?
Yeah, and I actually love you so much. But don't say that because it makes her look shitty.
Yeah, he's trying to make me look bad right now.
Okay, I just don't like the limelight so much, so I love to go into characters. But no, I mean, Elise, you know how I feel about you. I think you're amazing. You're an amazing person. You're so talented. I'm really happy for you. Anything you're doing. Sometimes I wish you were singing because you're so damn talented. I think this is great, but I also love all your other guests. You know, and I think, you know. Hey, Bobby.
Podcast.
And you know, I love all your other guests. So
I tell you what, there is no other woman greater than Elisa Jordana when it comes to having phone sex. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Look at Andy. He's going nuts.
Bob, what do you think of what Quigley's saying right now? Doesn't he seem very upset? But he's saying he's upset by one thing, but I know it's really something else entirely. He says that the show is run by Andy. Andy's a big part of the show, but also it's about Trumpster Bob. It's about Lori. It's about Jesse. It's about all these people that I have here, Charmin and Dave and Royal Black and Dr. Roy. It's about all these people. So why do you think Quigley's so upset?
Well, maybe Quigley's, like Andy said, he's just jealous. So your show changes up so much from one show to the next.
Did you call me this week and go, Quig, would you please come back to the show? Did you call me and say, Quig, would you please come back to the show?
I did ask that.
Okay. I got turned on by that. No. I mean, we talk a lot, Elise. Come on, we talk a lot.
It's
right?
Elisa.
Did you admit that?
It's Elisa. You don't even know her name.
That's a good point.
Elisa.
I love you too, Andy. You're so sexy. Look at you. You look good. You know, you're glowing in your new relationship, I think. You're just glowing. Look at you. You're hey, Westchester.
Love in you.
Dr. Roy, as you can see, there's a lot going on here. You're our in-house doctor. William Quigley, obviously, he's very hard to deal with. I really don't like that he said I had phone sex with him. That's really like not true and horrible for him to say, especially in front of Andy here. How do you deal with something like that?
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. If it's not true, then you don't say it, right?
You don't say it. Yeah, exactly. And even if it was true, you shouldn't say it.
Listen,
there's consequences.
What he said, is it untrue?
Was it true?
It's not true. I don't even like talking on the phone regularly. Why would I have phone sex?
So if it's not true, then don't say it. That's not cool, especially out in public. You know, that's inappropriate.
Broke off the engagement.
Sorry,
that's inappropriate.
I apologize.
Yeah, don't do that. You know, so with the show, you know, Elisa, you're the star of the show, and you have a lot of colorful people, you know, that are on, and you know they're you know, they make the show with you. So I do agree with that. But with Quigley doing that, that's, you know, there's so many things, so many incidents in the world, like where, you know, people say those things and then, you know, and then people have opinions against you because they paint a picture that you're bad, right?
Yes.
So that's just inappropriate. That's uncool. There's a consequence to it. You know, social media's out, and then they look at you differently now, you know, based on that. So I totally disagree with that. Yeah.
All right, great. So Roy, you seem like such an even-keeled guy, like a really nice guy. I love that. That's such a good thing to be. And I hardly have anyone around me like that, so it's just so refreshing. Right. So if you're someone that wants to be more like you and less like Quig, you know, how do you start going in the Roy Alabado direction and away from the Quigley direction?
There's so many things. So it starts with you, right? You know, we've been on the ups and we've been on the downs. And so it starts with you. Have a goal. Have a goal every year.
Okay.
I always say that you need to have movement in your life. And I know you like hiking.
I do.
We do a lot of different things. You know, we do karate. When COVID was pre-COVID, I did yoga. We did kickboxing. We travel a lot. You know, we try to have a good diet. And so there are many different things. So it starts with you, so you feel better. And then you attract a lot of the better things because you feel good.
So it starts from within. So you work on yourself. You don't worry about what Quigley's saying or what's happening in Andy's apartment.
That's right.
You just focus on yourself. That makes a lot of sense. We have a caller. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hi, Lisa. It's Motley.
Hey,
I
Motley.
just wanted to say something really endearing about Quigley. When I first friends with him, either on Facebook or Instagram, he always goes back on my timeline, and if he likes something, he always makes sure to like. And then even if you like something that he posts, he'll go back on your timeline and re-like. I think that's a very endearing quality. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, I do like that. It's what would you call that? I guess just being humble. Being humble is so important. That's not usually like an attribute that I describe for Quigley, but maybe he is humble. Let's take another question from Trumpster Bob here. Trumpster Bob, do you have a question for the doctor, sweetheart?
Well, I got a question for you and for the doctor.
Okay.
The doctor, I just want to know how many times in his life does he recall hearing the term "book 'em down"?
Is he talking? Wait a minute. Is he talking to me?
He's talking to the doctor right now. What'd you say, Bob?
His mic is off. How many times has he heard the term "book 'em down" from the original Hawaii Five-0? Because that's who he looks like.
Next question, Bob.
He's laughing. He knows he's heard it before. Looks just like the guy spitting image.
I do have another question for him.
No, I was going to ask you another question, but I think I'll just bow out for right now.
All right. Okay, Bob. Okay, Bob is bowing out for unknown reasons. Okay, so if your name's John Bolton and you're trying to sing right now, come into the studio. Okay, so we have other questions for Dr. Roy. Let's bring out a nice person, nice normal person. Dave. Dave, welcome to Kermit Friends. Welcome back. You're on with Dr. Roy Alabado.
Hi, Dr. Elisa, Andy, everybody. Very quick question. It was actually more for you, but probably the doctor will be able to help as well because he seems like a nice, decent guy.
Yeah.
I saw the picture in the Daily Mail of you and Andy and your dog, and I'm going to be looking after a dog for the first time in a week. And I wondered if you had any advice because I'm a vegetarian and I'm pretty gentle. And it's more if the dog behaved badly, like how am I meant to discipline the dog, but in a way that's going to be kind of nice for the dog, if you know what I mean, but he's still going to know right from wrong.
That's a very good question. Okay, so I believe in so Fozzie's pretty bad, right? So he's always kind of barking or growling and going crazy. So I have this for him. It's a little buzzer. I just buzz it and it doesn't shock him or anything, but he hears a high-pitched noise. And it's really good for training a dog. But I can tell, you'd be just a great dog owner because just to be a good dog owner, in my opinion, you just have to love, have a lot of love inside. And I could tell you're somebody like that. You just have to be gentle, have a lot of love inside. In fact, this is something I've been thinking about with all the violence that's going on in this country. I was talking to my publicist, Elaine Ridings, and we were talking about, how could people be less violent and happier? And I thought about this. This is something that I came up with is I don't think anybody's ever committed an act of violence while walking a dog.
Yeah.
Ever. You just can't because you're focusing on the dog. You're loving the dog. You're in a loving state of mind. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if me and Andy could work on this, if we could work on, getting a law passed where everybody after the age of 14 would have to own a dog. Because then you learn responsibility, you learn love, and how to care for someone. And I feel like when you're caring for someone and when you're giving, that's your best state. That's the best. Not when you want something or not when you're angry or anything else, but when you're giving to somebody like the way you give to a dog, there's just no violence in that. That part of you would just leave. So I was thinking about that recently, and I appreciate your question. Do you have any other questions, Dave?
Well, I was just wondering, could you, well, perhaps not today if you're not ready for it, but maybe Fozzie could do a trick on Kermit and Friends because everybody loves watching dogs and it would be kind of fun to see Fozzie do something.
Well, I'm so glad you asked that because I have a video of Fozzie from the ABC show Pooch Perfect walking down a runway. And let me just find that video right now to play for you. So here's Fozzie on ABC's Pooch Perfect runway at the Grove. All right, so that was Fozzie doing his trick of walking down a runway, being on ABC Pooch Perfect at the Grove. Let's go to this person that I don't really know yet. Her name is Royal Black. Royal Black, I met on Twitter. Royal, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So you were introduced to me, I think, through Andy's Twitter. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Are you a fan of Andy Dick?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. He is amazing.
He is. I agree with that. Andy's here too. And what are your feelings about him? Do you want to just describe, you had some very strong opinions in my email. And I was just wondering if you could explain that to the audience a little bit.
So my strong opinions are about this whole Callie thing. I wasn't exactly a big fan of this whole Callie incident. Why were you smooching on this Callie woman on that live stream? That's what I would really like to know. You're supposed to be marrying. You're supposed to be marrying
Me,
Elisa.
Elisa.
So you're mad
Yeah.
at me. Look,
I am mad at you.
I'm not doing nothing.
I hope not. I sincerely hope not, because the conversation that I have had, she is a very sweet
Not
woman.
doing anything wrong. I love my girl, and I would never do anything.
Please, please don't, because you guys are a cute couple. I very much stand both of you.
There's one I'm gonna do to upset her.
What?
Pussy.
Oh my Lord Jesus, Andy.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh boy.
Oh God. That was funny. That was funny though.
That's you know what's funny about that? You know, I've invited him to my apartment, Royal, multiple times. I wanted to dye his hair. I wanted to dye his beard. He refused to go to my apartment. He's actually an unbelievable gentleman. He might talk like that. He might say like disgusting things, but he really is very respectful. And I'm in his Twitter. I'm logged in, and so I'll see the people he follows, and it's just a bunch of naked guys.
Password. She is tweeting for me as me.
Yeah, because I'm trying to change your image a little bit just to be a little bit more positive. So
It looks like I'm not really helping you out with that.
Well, so I'll tweet something like, have a nice day. I hope everybody's doing well. If you think it, you can do it. You could be whatever you want to be. And I think if I keep tweeting that from Andy's account, then people will look at him as more of a like motivational speaker and godlike, right? Andy, wouldn't it be nice to be godlike?
Right. Hey, she won't let me stick it in until we get married. What do you think about that? Ask her.
Let's ask my Muslim friend, Lori. Lori. So Lori, Andy is married. Okay, he's a married man, but he wants to marry me too. So I read that if you're a Muslim, you could be married to multiple people. Is that right?
Men can have up to 4 wives, and he has to treat them equally and fairly, and he has to support all of them financially.
Do I have to beat them equally?
No, you're not supposed to beat them. You can be a little bit harsh with them if they're like misbehaving, but you're not supposed to lay your hands on them. You're supposed to treat them with respect, because heaven is under your wife's feet and your mother's feet. Women are equal to men. You're supposed to treat them at actually a little bit higher standard than men.
Lori, I'm loving this. But so he's already married to one person. So he could be married to 2 people?
I'll get it. No, I'm not turning Muslim. I'm going to get for. I mean, I don't mind. But there's no point. It sounds like there's a lot of paperwork.
Is there paperwork in becoming Muslim, Lori?
Oh, there's scrolls.
You gotta go to the mosque and say your shahada, and they'll give you like a little paper that has your name on it, so that when you go for Hajj, you can certify that you're Muslim if you don't like change your name or anything.
And what are some of the good parts of being Muslim? Because I don't think Andy knows. If he changed to be Muslim today, what would happen? Would he be enlightened?
I mean, really, you gotta like look into it for yourself. For me, I've really had like a positive experience with being Muslim, especially in 2020. I was down bad in 2019 and the start of 2020. In 2019, I was in the mental hospital. In 2020, it was like my borderline personality disorder was like non-existent. I rarely had an episode. I wasn't really dealing with like my anger issues as much. I wasn't dealing with my emotional problems as much. And it felt like it was more like that. It was like an inner peace knowing that there was a God out there that loves me no matter what I'm going through and understands. And he's put me where I am in my life for a reason, and he has something better for me planned.
I love that.
Me too. She is so positive.
I try to be. I've been having a really hard time lately, which is why I've been doing therapy, but the therapy, it feels like it helps sometimes, but also sometimes it doesn't. I feel like I need to focus more on like my Quran and like thinking more about God and rather than thinking about the stupid things in life that are worrying me.
Exactly. I feel that same way. When you think of all the problems that you have, they seem to get bigger, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about serving God and your greater purpose, your life gets better. So it's as simple as that. I find that, and that's why I was saying before that owning a dog, I think that would help the violence.
Any sort of animal, like cats. I love cats. They're very affectionate. Well, my cats are, at least, and it teaches you patience and responsibility, because with cats, they don't always want to be touched all the time. It's got to be on their terms, which, I mean, I feel like that teaches a lot about consent, because you have to have a cat's consent to touch them. Otherwise, they're going to be mean to you.
I didn't realize that. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so let's watch the short clip that Sugar made. This is the clip that Sugar made featuring Callie.
Why do you not like Elisa?
Well, first of all, she always throws Andy under the bus. She tells him a big old tall tale, and she was like, "Oh, hey Andy, why don't you come to the Sir Lounge? Let's hang out with Lisa Vanderpump." And he's like, "I don't really want to go." He was like, and then he was like, "Well, I'll go, but everyone's coming." He's like, "Callie, you have to come," and then everyone's coming. So we go to the Sir Lounge, and she says, "My friends are big TV producers. They're here to meet you, Andy." So we get to Sir Lounge, and there's a woman and a man, a husband couple. They're not TV producers. They work as prison guards somewhere in some town like Hamlet, California. And I said, "Andy, she tricked you into coming to this damn thing." And so we get there, and then Andy's so sweet. He buys cocktails for everyone, and we have a nice night, and then everyone decides they're going to leave. And we're going to leave them alone. But 5 minutes after we got home, Andy was already in a car, and he was like back at the apartment. And we're like, "Oh, what happened? You didn't want to stay?"
William Quigley is back to clear the air. Yes, William Quigley.
I'm reading this interesting, biography. This amazing woman. She was 4'11". Are you guys Ruth Bader Ginsburg fans?
I thought you were going to come up to apologize.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry for bringing that up, Elisa. I know that's between you and I.
No, but it's a lie. You lied. You literally lied.
I don't think I lied.
So in your mind, you think that we had phone sex?
What did you say?
Well, I mean, we're good. Or do you admit we're good friends?
Not right now.
You're awesome, Elise. Okay, I'll admit, no, we didn't have phone sex.
So why did you say that?
Because it feels like it sometimes.
To you.
Okay, to me. Who else is going to feel it? I mean, I don't know what you're feeling.
Dr. Roy, can men and women be friends?
All right, so I got opinions on this. Men and women can be friends if it's platonic and if they've never had sex. But if they had sex, I don't think they could be friends down the line.
But what if they never had sex ever, and they never did anything, and they didn't have phone sex, they didn't have oral sex, they didn't even have sex, like no sex at all? Can they be friends? It doesn't seem like it. Look at this. Look at what's happening.
Well, you have friends. You can have like, opposite sex friends, right? As long as you're friends, you can do yoga together. You can go on hikes together. But what's the relationship about?
The relationship is
exactly.
If someone likes you, then
there's an hour.
An
hour
underlying
and 31 minutes with Elisa the other day.
So what? So what, Quig? So what, though? So what if there's an hour and 30? What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything.
I know. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You're trying to say if I talk to you on the phone that it's what? It's phone sex?
No, we don't. No, Elise. We have an emotional tie together as friends. We're very emotionally tied to each other. How do you think Andy's even involved in this process? I talked to him. I tried to convince him to come on your show, remember? And now it's like the Andy show, and I'm concerned about that.
But what is concerning about that?
Why is he? because I'm happy for you, but there's other people in the world that could enhance this show besides Andy and your life. It's not a jealousy thing. It's as the quote unpaid, uncontracted producer spending all his time on Kermit and Friends trying to help you. And I booked a lot of guests. Let's face it, I speak a lot to you on the phone all week, right? We're going to admit that. I hope we're being honest that I care about all the other people that are involved. And I think the show could even get better if we bring on more other people and just don't make it about like, okay.
So why don't you start booking people?
Because look what happened when we got Andy booked. It became out of control. That's because I wanted that to happen because Andy's so damn talented. I wanted that to happen. But I want him to know that you and I talk on the phone for hours and hours and hours, and it could be a threat to your relationship. I personally, I keep telling you, I'm on the East Coast. I'm not in California. I can't be there. I know you want me to move there. I have other.
I never asked you to move there. I actually like.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't. Actually, you told me to stay away.
Oh, do it.
Who's that? So anyway,
do it.
Well, I miss Corey. Where's Corey? Where's Wendy?
Oh my God! Wow, I don't know. I don't know about that guy. All right. So let's see. What are we doing today? I don't even remember. Let's just say hi to Sharman Smith. It'd be nice to talk to a friend, a real friend. Sharman, do you have a lot of guy friends?
No, I don't. I have been unsuccessful in keeping male friends that don't want to date me. And when they find out you're seeing somebody else, they become angry and hostile and aggressive, and it's incredibly difficult. And I feel really bad for you. Like, I wish I had some solid advice for you, because managing men in relationships is difficult. And you're seeing it firsthand, right? Between Eric, with Andy, with Quig, they're all in love with you. They see you as an opportunity and a rising star, and they want to be part of this. Right, Quig?
Right.
Right.
You're awesome, Charmin.
I think you're great too, Quig. I was shocked to find out that you were such an amazing artist with the art that you made of Elisa. I was a little disappointed. You're incredibly talented, and you had an opportunity to showcase her and really, put her on display and make her a muse. And what you did on TV was not,
that woman's amazing.
Fun.
I'm not amazing.
That woman is amazing, and you've done some spectacular art about her and some spectacular art about other celebrities. And Elisa,
I don't think anybody
deserves some quality art for her as well.
Thank you.
Right? You're very talented.
But
you're incredibly intelligent, and you know how to talk to women when you want a woman to pay attention to you. Right? This is something all men are exceptional at.
Sorry.
Men are exceptional at behaving appropriately when they want to date you. It's once they realize they're not going to get to because somebody else stole them from you that they start being hostile and aggressive. And it's part of the problem with the dynamic between men and women in general that makes working together difficult, that makes being in a relationship difficult. Trumpster Bob asked me a couple of weeks ago if the gays were going to gay up the Me Too movement. That's not what the gays are up to lately. The gays lately are on a mission to try to spread the word that men and women could actually like each other and be nice to each other. And we have an opportunity here to bridge the gap. And I think Elisa has an amazing platform and an opportunity really to bridge the divide between men and women.
How do we start to do that? Thank you, Sharon. But how do we start to do that? I guess these conversations are really good because right now, I mean, you could see clear as day that William Quigley, you've seen his artwork. Everybody knows his artwork, but his personal skills, I just don't know how to deal with a guy like that.
I'm sure it was exceptional when he thought he had an opportunity with you. And then as soon as Andy came in and got in the way.
Amazing opportunity.
the dynamic changed and the way that he communicated with you changed, right? You started hearing more hostile words in your personal conversations. You started, there's a dynamic that happens between men and women. When men want to date you, they're the nicest men on the planet. They absolutely know how they're supposed to treat a woman, right? But as soon as it gets a little difficult, if they don't think they're going to win, right, they jump into something else, and we get to start seeing them for who they really are, right? Women challenge men for a lot of different reasons. One of the reasons women reject men is because they want to see how a man is going to treat them once they've been rejected, because men are super nice when they want to sleep with you. And then when they don't have the opportunity, they start calling you names. They start ruining your reputation. They start doing anything they can to embarrass you. And they don't realize that we might reject them so we can see how they're going to treat us, so we can see if we even want to date them, right? And they screw themselves by being jerks. And once we see them for who they are, we don't want anything to do with them. We're not interested anymore. And all the other women see it too. And the men don't realize this. Women will challenge men for multiple reasons. And men disqualify themselves. They complain about the friend zone, but they move themselves into it.
Listen, can you get my back on this one, please, baby?
Well, actually, you're innocent in this. Andy is innocent in this. It's Quigley that is the one. So it is disappointing. And I do exactly what Charmin's saying. Sometimes I'll dump somebody because I just want to see what their reaction is. Mm-hmm. And that's not why I told Quigley that I didn't want to be his friend anymore. I didn't want to be his friend anymore because of this like phone sex nonsense. I mean, it's just complete nonsense.
I'm going into an anxiety attack that you're going to dump me. You're not, right?
Okay, Andy, I just want to tell you this. I would never dump you. Ever. Ever.
Baby.
Unless you don't get a divorce, and then she's not going to have an option to. And I'm not sure that you can get one completed before the June wedding, right? Like maybe it should just be a work wedding, right? Have a lot of fun, bring everybody together, have a good party. People should be vaccinated. We need an excuse to get out and have some fun, and, you know, bring a bunch of people in, have a good time, have some dancers from some dance studios locally to provide some entertainment. There's a lot of opportunity to have a work wedding, right? I would wife him, but I would treat him like a husband. And by that, I mean, what's yours is yours and what's his is yours. And I would take all of his content. His content is brilliant. The tiger dick thing, I loved it. The Little Mermaid thing, I loved it. Next weekend is Easter. If Andy doesn't show up in an Easter bunny outfit with you with a pretty dress and funny gloves, I'm going to be disappointed, right? I'm looking forward to the content that Andy produces. He's funny. He's intelligent. He's smart. He's charming. He knows how to treat women. I wouldn't dye his hair. I would leave. I love men that leave the gray in their beard. God bless the men that give us the gray in their beards. Let's make it normal. But whatever you want to do with him, I support you. But I want to find a way for men and women to get along together. We're the war between men and women, the war of the sexes has been going on so long. We're so tired of it. It's old. It doesn't serve our purpose. It doesn't get us any farther. I want us to move forward.
Would you, am I unmuted?
Yes.
Would you, girl, Charmin, be upset if I died and I wasn't there for her anymore?
Yes. She loves you. She cares about you. She has genuine feelings for you. You can tell it comes through in her personality. She would be sad if you were gone. We would all miss you, Andy.
I love you, babe. But I'm talking about for her, my babe.
Of course she would. She would be heartbroken. It would be devastating.
Oh, would you, Charmin, be upset?
Oh, absolutely. I would be upset. I see huge things for this show. I see a great opportunity. Andy's a celebrity that's been around forever. I'm from Illinois. I love Andy's sense of humor. I get his jokes. I think it's fantastic. Right? My brother is on a plan for the next couple of weeks. I don't even know how he's going to get through it. And quite frankly, I want Andy to go to Illinois and videotape it for everybody. I think everybody will enjoy it.
What's going on?
He is, he's legally blind. He has some some health issues, and he is on a mission to become a homeowner, and he has bought a 10-foot kayak. A 10-foot kayak and a tent, and he is going to tie them up together and turn it into a houseboat and try to sail to Florida. And I really feel like somebody should document this for us. I feel like there is
a good idea.
You know, I mean, he bought a life vest, so I know he cares about his safety, but there's some humor there, and there is an opportunity, right? Somebody should document that for sure. And I think Andy has the key to it.
No, Andy can't really orchestrate stuff like that.
Baby, you better watch your work.
Look, challenge him, and watch how he rises to the occasion.
Charmin, it's hard for me to get him to the Grove.
I'm sure it is.
It really is.
As long as nobody's showing up and trying to shoot you guys in public, really, that's terrifying.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you have so much wisdom, and we just really appreciate your wisdom.
I appreciate coming on. I think this is a fantastic show. I think Andy's hilarious. I think Quig's fantastic. I think Quig's been a little moody ever since our Me Too movement a couple of weeks ago. But I think that it's all an opportunity to have an open dialogue and bring people together and get each other to see other sides. I think what you've done here is great.
Oh my gosh, what an angel, right, Andy? Isn't it nice? I have nice friends. I have normal friends. Isn't it good to have a normal friend?
I don't know what that feels like. What does it feel like?
Like just like that. Like we just spoke to someone and she was really nice.
I don't have normal friends.
No, but I think you should start. You should start having a normal friend. And then you talk to them and they're like nice to you and they try to inspire you and they don't try to shoot you. That's so awesome.
Thing that says, please, I need a normal friend. Please, I need a normal friend.
Yeah. So if anybody's watching here and you're a normal person, like Tony Rica would be a great friend for you. Tony Rica is super nice. Tony, you're muted. But Tony, I just want to tell you, you would be a great friend for Andy. Like, can you just tell him why you would be a good friend?
Andy, you're awesome. I mean, you're kind of like me, I guess. Just shoot from the hip with things. Do what you do. I did like what Charmin was saying. Actually, an open dialogue is really good for the show. Keep doing what you're doing. I think it's excellent.
Tony, you're the best.
Right back at you, Andy. You know that. You know that. But keep it open, Elisa. That's the thing. I mean, that's how you're growing with this.
He keeps it up.
What's that?
He keeps it up.
Oh, hey, that's great. I mean, that's what you have to do. I mean, without doing that, you're building. I see how much you're building off of this. I like to get you out there more on my end
because of her.
Absolutely. And it isn't focused on you, Andy. But the thing is, it's great having you here, and and it's a boost. You're how can I put it? You're your own. People know who you are. They know you well. And you know what? You're off script with what you do, which is, I think that's great because too many people are scripted, with what they do. They're not comfortable in their own skin.
Let's hear from someone that has a good relationship, not Joey Singles that never come to the best trap house that ever trapped.
Please hold.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Jesse.
How are you doing?
So we're just trying to get Andy some normal friends here, Jesse, because
I was thinking maybe hear from someone that actually has a decent or healthy relationship, because they kind of, they know how to do it. I don't know these other people.
Is that you?
What's that?
Is that you?
No, I'm holding off until I have something I really care about. I'm not going to just do something, just to do it. I've had some really good relationships, some okay ones, but I want to invest my time and energy into something that means something. And I'm with you guys when we hang out, and you guys have a really good relationship. You guys both really like each other, care about each other, and that's real. This isn't like a sham thing like Callie talks about. Andy talks about you all the time, how he cares about you so much, and this is so sweet. And you guys get together, and it's like, why are people giving you guys such a hard time about that?
It's very
usually the people that
heartbreaking,
have
Jesse.
such a hard time in themselves that, want to, lash out on you guys for doing good.
Exactly. We have a caller, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Yeah, I just gotta ask Andy a question. Did you ever think, man, I'm Andy Dick. I was like on the Ben Stiller show with Ben Stiller. He used to be a close friend of mine. I was on a sitcom. I know Joe Rogan when he had a regular head and it was a normal body instead of this midget troll that he's transformed himself into. And I'm on this goddamn show doing this work? You had TV contracts, 2, 3, 4 different sitcom deals. And you're here? I just want to know.
You know, I'm going to answer that question. That was the octopus. That's this guy, like he's like a hater type guy. So I just want to say to people, there's always going to be someone like that, right? There's always going to be somebody like that. So I started this show. There was like one person there. I think it was Sugar, actually. I was here when there was one person. Okay. There was no one here, literally. There was nobody watching. Maybe my mom was watching and Sugar. And in my mind, I knew how I wanted to, how I wanted to do it. I knew where I wanted to take the show. I imagined at one point, I couldn't get like my Wikipedia page to mention Kermit and Friends because it wasn't notable, right? I found out the way to do that was you needed articles talking about Kermit and Friends, like from legitimate news sources, right? So I thought to myself, how can I get Kermit and Friends to be covered by legitimate news sources? I just couldn't think of a way to do that. I'm like, do I need to pay somebody? I actually paid somebody $100 to get Kermit and Friends on Fox News talking about how it's a church, right? And nobody saw that article. It actually wasn't Fox News. It was some fake website, and I wasted my $100, right? But that's how I started, okay? So from then, from November until now Kermit and Friends has been in Page 6, the Daily Mail, the Chicago Tribune, pretty much every newspaper and online magazine, OK Magazine, the National Enquirer. And that's just because I believed in it, right? I believed in it because I knew what I had inside. I knew I had experience. I was in a band that I saw blow up, and I watched that happen. I worked on the Howard Stern Show, which is the biggest show in the world. I knew how to keep a bit going for 6 years almost, right? I knew how to write. I knew how to make jokes. I knew how to make something funny. I knew who to include. So I knew if I took that experience and I put it into this, of course we're going to be in the New York Post. Kermit and Friends.
Hi, Elisa. It's Barry. I've been trying to get inside the room, but I can't get in. My mom's on her way. She'll be here in like 2 minutes to visit me for the afternoon. Okay. So I wanted to come on the show real quick and just say, I'm really happy for you and Andy, and just wanted to say that that despite the fact of all this drama going on in today's episode, I've been watching on YouTube and commenting. The other night we had a freaking phone call, you, me, Johnny B, and Quig. So I don't know where this drama is coming into play right now.
Wait, what?
With Quig. Yeah, the other night you and I and Quig and Johnny B were on the phone at like 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
It was like 11 p.m. Eastern time. It was like 3 or 4 nights ago.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to hang up 1 second because I get really mad about this. So I'm going to say this one more time for people. So like laugh my ass off. You didn't work at the Howard Stern Show and all that shit. So this is like Howard Stern writing to me saying how great I am at working at the Howard Stern Show. So if you want to screenshot that, you can. But fuck you and fuck everybody that says shit like that. You're just haters that have accomplished nothing. Nothing. Okay. So I've had enough of that and of that bullshit. And I can show you even more things, but I don't want to because you're not worth it because you're just a loser. Okay. I've never been a loser. I've always succeeded at every single thing I've done. And that is exactly why fuck you. All right, I'm going to bring back Dr. Roy Alabado. Roy Alabado. What are your thoughts on Kermit and Friends?
Well, I love the show too. And, you have definitely a platform to talk about a lot of the major issues in the world. Relationships, politics, consumer, cryptocurrency, all these different, these major issues that the world's going through. I feel that definitely, like when someone like that, like Bill Cook, says something like that, the more successful you become, the more naysayers are out there to get you. And so it seems like it's like a antagonist kind of like power where something's opposite, the more things that people are against you, then you know it's an indicator that you're becoming more successful, right?
But Roy, even though I know those people that are like hating and saying mean things and discrediting me, even though I know that I'm better than them, I still, you see how upset I get. Like I get so, I'm on fire. I want to just like get them, you know, and I hate that I feel that way. I hate that it affects me at all. After this, me and Andy have a press junket to go to where I have to really, you know, think about, okay, what are we doing? Okay, you know, it's really a full-time job what me and Andy are doing right now. He doesn't realize it. He doesn't even know what's going on. But we're doing like, you know, Operation Marriage here. Yeah. And, you know, I'm working hard. I'm treating it like it's my gold job. That, you know, I used to work in the gold business, working from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, every hour, you know, calling people, you know, selling and just really, really pushing hard. And that's what I'm doing with me and Andy, because I know we have an opportunity here. People see it. People see that our relationship is special. I can't stand when people come at me and say like, he's not good looking or like, you know, he's a lot older or something like that, because that is not what I like in a person. Those qualities, I do not care. I do not care that he can't pay for dinner. I can see that between me and him, we are going to be extremely wealthy, not only because we're going to make a lot of money together, but we have a love that's unique. It's not about sex. It's not about money. It's not about fame. We understand each other. We really do. He understands me. He doesn't give a shit if Howard wrote me a note. He doesn't care. He's not like everybody else. He's different. And that's exactly what I was looking for.
You know, kudos to you. And I want to say that, you know, people are human, right? We always love to be liked or loved, right? And when someone makes a comment like that, it kind of hurts inside.
It hurts.
But the best thing to do is walk away, because you know why? You know your value. You know who you are, right?
Yes,
so
yes, I do.
It's like what you said, you know, F you, but it's those people that try to get underneath your skin.
They do, though. They succeed in it, Roy.
It doesn't. If you keep pondering, because it's your energy that they're trying to get, if you can let that go like water passes by you, then you can get over it. It's hard. I'm the same way. Yeah.
You're the same way?
Yeah, I could be the same way. Yeah, because you're human, man. Yeah, you have feelings. You want to be liked. You're a celebrity out there. And then when someone says something that's like false or something accusing or something even, you know, mean, then it's not right. It's not right. It's wrong. It hurts, but move on and just, you know.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Jesse, send me a private message. What was that, Jesse?
Oh, I was just thinking if you wanted the tour of the apartment me and Andy live in.
Yes, I'd love that.
Probably the best in the world. And also, Kalisha left a couple like shoes or something. This is like all her life possessions, I guess. And like, I don't know, it's clearing up. I told her to get rid of it. You know, I can help like clear out the trash if she wants me to help her. Just like doing something like this, because I don't know where this came from, but like, or what's in it. But you know, it's helping me clear up space. So there's more room for people to trap over here. So, and this is my bedroom, by the way. And I have a bathroom. And this is the living room. I won't. Our kitchen.
You're doing a trap house tour?
Yeah, of course I'm doing trap house. Lifestyles of the rich and trap.
This is the most luxurious trap house in all of Hollywood. What a special.
All right, so if you're going to give a tour, hold on. Let me just give you the screen so you can give a tour. Jesse, can you move it horizontal?
Yes, I'll turn it around. Oh, I missed me, motherfucker. So this is our couch. This is the manager of the trap house and a cell phone. Some other trappers over there. The tattoo gun I get tattooed with randomly. And we have... It's right for me. And this is my room and everything. Uh-oh, wait a minute. You're on live. You're on live right here. And this is the balcony where we throw haters' shirt off of. And I'll put a little private message to Kelly. Stay away from me, bitch. I'll call 911. The locks are changed. We have cameras. And find someone else to take care of you because you had about less than $1 and change when you left yesterday and caused trouble for everybody. And you know what? Now everyone knows. Also, we're having a party today. Everyone's invited. So what's up?
Oh my God, yes.
We're flying the drone.
Yes.
We're shooting some videos because we're going to abandon this trap house to get 2 sailboats in about a day or 2. And then we're going to live the Marina Del Rey life. So things aren't going too bad right now.
All right, sounds good, Jesse. I mean,
Hollywood,
if you and Andy are
Roosevelt,
moving,
Runyon Canyon. Not too bad.
it's not bad at
And
all.
I also think people kind of hate on your relationship so much. It's like it's only the people that don't have that, that want to put you guys down because you guys are doing great and they know that. It's always the quiggy that shows up drunk or whatever the fuck that has bad jokes or whoever. Show me someone that has a good relationship. I want to hear their advice because you know what, I know both of you very well. And Andy's so happy and only says good things about you. I think it's great. Whatever you do, if you're happy, that's what you should do.
Oh my gosh. See, that's a good friend of Andy, obviously. This is a new friend of Andy, Jay. Jay, how do you pronounce your name? Jay, what is that name?
Jay Nihilist Jello, like the dessert.
Oh, beautiful. I love Jello. Okay, so you are a person that's very kind guy. You reached out to me to give Andy a bike. And you're nearby, and Andy needs a bike desperately. I'm taking a driver's test soon. I might get a car soon, but he needs a bike right now because he just can't get to me. Mm-hmm. And you offered that, so you're obviously a good person. Do you think you could step in and be a friend to Andy?
Sure. I don't know how welcomed I'd be. I don't take a lot of shit. I mean, not that I know I'd be given it. I've never met Andy. Well, I did meet Andy once. I directed, I think, his niece in a show on Sunset in La Brea at an old theater I used to work with. I met him then, and he had a bike back then. That was several years ago. But sure, I mean, I like hanging out.
Okay.
All right, great. That sounds promising, right, Andy?
Wait, does it mean someone's gonna get me some food?
Is someone gonna get you some food?
Andy, why don't you have food? That's not good. Why you don't have any food right now?
You're the only one that feeds me, girl.
Wait, Andy, look at me. Look at me.
What?
Can you just turn your phone like this, the other way? No, not like that. No, like horizontal towards you. Okay, great. Okay, do it for that's perfect. Okay, so Andy, why don't you ever have any food?
Because I give all my money to drugs and alcohol. No, I'm sorry. I meant my kids.
Andy, that does not sound good. Why do you do that?
No, I don't. This is how she's trying to save me, which I don't. I was kidding.
No, but you remember when we went to Pump Restaurant the other night? Yeah. And it was a beautiful restaurant.
It was a $200 meal.
Yeah, and we met Sharon Osbourne.
Met her? I've known her for 20 years.
That was a nice experience, right?
For you, I've known her for 20 years. Okay, you know what? We're never going to go there again.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't like how you are a climber. Did you hear me?
I heard you.
Okay. I don't like you being a climber.
That's what you think I am?
You can climb up this fucking dirt. Okay. No.
Why are you saying that?
I'm sorry, you're right.
Why did you say that? You just said it. You obviously think it.
Are you?
Do you think I am?
I go in and out of that, like how I'm going to go in and out of your sweet mind. You turn the fucking AC off. It's too loud.
So, Andy, it really hurts my feelings that you would say that about me.
Hang on, baby. You can't turn the fucking AC on when I'm filming. Oh, fuck. I can't live with that. Baby, I can't live with these fucking bitch-ass faggots.
Why? Why you?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
You heard me.
You're talking very quietly right now. What was wrong with them?
Here, let's see if this is better. I want to move in with you.
I thought I'm a climber. Why would you want to move in with someone like that?
I said, are you a climber?
But if you think I'm a climber, why would you want to move in with someone like that?
So you can climb up my fucking... personality. My 9-inch personality. You know, hang on a minute. Somebody's out there. I know, baby. I know. I really love my baby so much.
But if you feel that way about me, then you must not really love me that much.
Baby, can you first do one thing for me? Shut the fuck up. The reason I said that is because my friend said.
What friend said that?
I don't have friends. So I don't even know why I said friends.
Well, obviously, someone said that to you, and you believed it.
I don't care. I say, you don't know how we are when you're not around. We go out, we have fun, we laugh. Am I right, baby? You know what? I can't win in this one because you could have anyone you want. But guess what? You chose me.
I guess.
You did, right? So that's why I'm like, I literally.
He has really bad internet. Okay, here's a new person that I don't know, Wasteland Warrior. Hey, Wasteland
Hey, how's it
Warrior.
going?
Great, great. Welcome to Kermit and Friends.
Thank you.
So
I just been observing the situation with Andy, and it seems like he needs less yes men around and people that actually care about him. It seems like because he's complaining about not getting food, and if those people really cared about him, like you would think they'd make sure he's fed and not necessarily taken care of because he's a grown man, but like you still look out for your homies and like make sure they're eating and just make sure they're right, you know?
Yeah, it hurts my feelings too because I always make sure he has a good meal. We go out all the time and I'm always paying for him. So it's
only one. Takes me out to the best fucking restaurants in all of LA. What's it called?
Mastro's, Craig's, Wally's, everywhere we go. I try to feed you, Andy. That's why it hurts when you call me mean names like that. I really hate that.
Yeah, I've told you that's what some of my friends say about it.
No, but why would you repeat that? They said something really mean about me and then you repeated it.
But are they really your friends though? Because if they're acting like that.
No, because I told you I don't have friends.
You just got to have people that really support you, man. Like, it seems like people are just hanging on to your tag. Like, I don't know. It just seems your situation is complicated.
It certainly is. And, yeah. You cut him off or what?
Well, that's going to be your new friend. You're going to make a lot of friends that are nice, good people, that are not going to call me a climber, that are going to feed you at appropriate times. And I think that's the way to go, Andy. I think we have a lot of work to do, you and I, actually. Our work starts here. You're going to have new friends. You're going to be friends with my friend Elaine, my friend Michelle, all the people here. We have John Bolton. He's your friend, right, John?
You know it. You know it.
Yeah.
I want to say how fun it was talking to you and Quigley and Andy the other night on the phone. Andy, I love you, man. Okay. Oh, he's trying to say something to me. I think I don't know. Let him talk.
Go ahead, Andy.
When you said I need friends that will feed me at appropriate times, is now one of them times? Because I haven't eaten in 2 days.
I will feed you after the show, Andy. Okay, John, do you have a song for us?
Well, I had this song saved last week for when Andy was up on the roof. So that's what I was going to do last week and couldn't get in, so I'll try to do it today. See if I can make it sound halfway decent. I got everything all set up right here, I hope. Oh, and remember to check out the Man Cave Live on YouNow every night. Gonzo and Supertramp and all them out there. So here you go. When this whole world starts getting me down and people are just too much for me to face, I climb way up on the top of the stairs and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof's the only place I can be, and there the world below can't bother me. Let me tell you now, when I come home feeling tired and beat, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. I get away from the hustling crowds and all that rat race noise down in the streets. On the roof's the only place I know where you just have to wish to make it so. Let's go up on the roof. Say hey to Gonzo, Supertramp, Miss Dolly, Toasty, Mush, all my friends out there. At night the stars put on a show for free, and darling, you can share it all with me. I keep a telling you, right smack dab in the middle of town, I found a paradise that's trouble-proof. And if this world starts getting you down, there's room enough for two up on the roof. Up on the roof. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, come on, honey. Took me 2 weeks to sing this. It took me 2 weeks to get out here and sing this song. Now I finally got it on there. And I know she's going to end the broadcast somewhere along the line. I ended up being the last song. You had some music this way. But be sure to check out younow.com every night, 7 days a week, usually after about 10 p.m. Eastern time, through certain nights a week, maybe a little earlier. And watch out for Team Austin here, my grandson. He's got his own little broadcast too, so watch it, look up for him.
Yeah.
You gonna come back and talk to me a little bit, EJ?
My child is a unique entity and possesses many unusual abilities. If he puts a poster on his wall, one can speak with it. So sometimes we talk to his dad. God damn it, King! Talk to him!
Sorry, baby. I don't see a problem.
Listen, you dumb, dead douchefish.
Mother! Mother!
I've written a poem. I think it might help you. The tale of the time that I began is my mom got knocked up in the can. I grew stronger in her gut. I'm here because my mom's a slut. There's more. The cosmos' endless mysteries are clear to me, I grasp with ease. I know what I was put here for, and give thanks to the gods no more, because my mom is such a whore!
That poem sucked.
Mind yourself, wingspan, go veggie.
Thank you, Kermitarians, for joining us today on Kermit and Friends. And we will see you all next week with a whole new episode of Lair of the Lizard Queen.
Kermit and Friends.
Hey, Elisa, it's Roy.
Hey, Roy.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, Roy. You were such an amazing guest, and I really hope that you'll be, a regular on Kermit and Friends.
We could do it again.
Thank you. Kermit and Friends.
Yeah, it's a great show, Elisa. It's like your best one ever. I'm glad I got to be part of it, huh? They make you feel good?
Yeah. I think you're a great caller. I really...
Get it?
Yeah, I think you're a good caller. I really appreciate you on the show.
And you think I'm a good caller? I really appreciate it. You know what? I only called because my wife was at her daddy's house. So it's like, I'm cheating on you with her. How does that make you feel?
You mean you're cheating on her with me?
Yeah, whatever I just said.
All right.
She'll
Well,
find out about this, and she'll understand what I was really doing because she gets me like that. But for you, I'm cheating on her with you and your dumb show. How about that?
well, why do you look at it like that? It's actually not like that at all. Kermit and Friends is just a fun community of people where we try to help each other.
And it's kind of like you're taking advantage of a guy who's on drugs.
I don't think I'm doing that. I'm helping him.
Nah.
Yeah, I am. Nobody's feeding him. I'm the one that pays for his food. I'm helping him. You know what?
I learned a word from my cousin who was in rehab, and we were very, very young. He came out of rehab when we were both very young, and I had taken to his AA meeting. He goes, I learned a term today. You're my enabler.
Yeah, but I'm not enabling him. I'm actually helping him. I'm feeding him, and I don't do drugs. I don't drink. The best thing you could be in this lifetime, Octopus, is an example for someone.
Mm-hmm.
You can be an example. You can't really change somebody. All right? I'm going to hang up because I have something to say to Shep and Octopus and Andy and everybody that's watching today. The only thing you could do for somebody is be an example. You cannot change someone, but you can show them how you live. So if I go hiking and I eat out at nice places and I treat myself well, Andy will see that And I don't even need to tell him what to do. He's a very smart guy. And if he sees that I'm living well and I'm feeding myself and I'm driven and I'm accomplishing things and I'm believing in my show, Kermit and Friends, he's going to believe in himself too, because it's it's contagious. It's contagious. When you are with someone that's doing well and they're healthy, you want to be healthy too. So, what, Andy?
Oh, thank you for saying that. And where are we going to go eat today?
We're going to go to Wally's.
We're just there.
Okay, we're going to go to the Four Seasons.
Okay.
Okay, is that good?
Anything's good. It's whatever you want. We can even go to Wallace. You know why I don't want to go to Wallace? Because I used to go there with Lucas. Yeah.
All right. Well, wherever you want to go, that's where we can go. Because you know what? No matter what.
John, work out. Look at baby.
Baby. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I'm wearing a tracksuit. They won't let me live it down.
Ridiculous.
All right. So you know what, Andy? A lot of people were coming out against us today, like that octopus, and other people, and you actually came out against me saying I'm a climber. But to people that say climber, I have one thing to say to you. Okay, maybe I am a climber. Okay, maybe I am. Maybe Andy's right.
You are. I didn't say it. My friend said it.
All right, but maybe they're right. Maybe I'm a climber. I want good things.
You know, climb this fucking dude.
I want good things for myself. I want good things for Andy. And I am a motivated, driven person. Okay. So if you want to call that a climber like Callie did and a lot of people did, that's fine. Right. That's fine. I may be that, but I'm also a lot of other things. I'm caring towards Andy. I love Andy. He's the best guy I've ever met. And I've met a lot of guys. I've dated a lot of guys in my life, and nobody has been as loving as he is.
That's my baby.
So do you want to thank everybody for watching the show today, Andy?
Thank you guys so much for watching my baby's show. It's the best. I love it. Are you coming now?
I'm coming now.
How long till you're here? I'm starving.
A few minutes.
A few minutes? I haven't eaten 2 days. That's not true. But can you hurry up? Sir.
Spider monkey. Yeah, spider monkey. Spider monkey. Yeah, spider monkey. Always putting on a show when he's leaping to and fro, spider monkey. Whoa. He's hanging and he's swinging, the comedy's springing when he's jumping all around the place. Such a fuzzy little clown, you can't be feeling down when you're looking at his funny face. Yeah, spider monkey. Spider monkey. Yeah, spider monkey. Spider monkey. Spider monkey. Spider monkey. Yeah, spider monkey. Spider monkey. No, he doesn't have a care when he's sailing through the air. Spider monkey. Spider monkey. Everybody clap along with the spider monkey song. Spider monkey. Spider monkey. Yeah. Spider monkey.